I wanted to show you my go-to makeup look that I have been loving this spring summer season and the products that I have been using to get that look. We are going to put on a full face of some of my go-to products that give me a glowy, healthy, vibrant look that I have been loving. Here we go. I'm going to go with my Guerlain Terracotta Le Teint Glow Foundation. This is a foundation that I got when it released and haven't been able to wear much because the shade I bought was too dark for me. I bought shade 1W. 0.5W is really more my shade, but this works for me now that it's, spring, summer. If you hear noise, it's Winston. He's right here beside me and he is being incredibly loud, fighting with Eddie. Eddie's being a perfect angel as per usual, but Winston he's not. He's not a perfect angel. He's a puppy and he's crazy. Anyway, this shade, I want to get some use out of it in the warmer months because I wasn't really able to wear it after I first purchased it. We're just going to blend it in with a sponge. It is a different tone. However, I'm going to go with my Prada powder. It's like a light green, and I'm thinking that it'll kind of color correct. This is just a little too peachy for me at the moment. I've been doing a lot more bronzy looks. Once everything's on, I think it's going to work just fine. I'm going to go in with my Gucci concealer. This is in the shade 21N, my favorite concealer of the moment. I'm so happy with this that I am not tempted to reach for anything else lately. This just does everything that I want it to do. By the way, I did order one of the new Hourglass palettes, like a custom made palette. I can't wait for it to get here. I'm so excited to show it to you guys, and I hope that I like it as much as I think I will. A couple of the curated color stories were quite close, just like one shade off from what I would choose for myself. So I love that they give you the option to make your own. What a fantastic idea, because like every year when they release these limited edition holiday palettes, they're almost perfect, but there's always something that I wish I could change that just keeps it from being an ideal palette for me. For example, the Dragon palette, it's almost perfect, but then they have this highlight shade right here. It's barely a highlight on me. It's shimmery, it adds like a touch of shine, but it doesn't brighten at all. If I had curated this palette, I love everything else in here, but I would have chosen a lighter highlight. So I love that you have the option now. I think that's a brilliant idea on Hourglass's part, and I can't wait to get mine in. As soon as I get it in, I'll show you what I chose. The Gucci concealer is just a standout to me. It's beautiful in every way. I absolutely love it. It sits so beautifully under the eyes. It wears so well. I have zero complaints about that concealer. I'm going to go in with my WESTMAN Atelier bronzing drops, the shade Soleil Parfait 1. Oh, look, kind of matches me, kind of, not really. I like to use a sponge for these. I feel like it's just the easiest way to get them on evenly. I wouldn't say they're like a super intuitive, easy to use formula. Because you do have to go through the extra step of like pouring them out of the bottle, dabbing them on with a brush or a sponge. They go on a little more seamless, in my opinion, with the sponge. But I know that other people have had success with brushes. Whatever works for you is great. But in my opinion, they go on beautifully with a sponge. I feel like they wear really well in the spring, summer. They are matte, but as you can see, there's like a bit of a glow. Like they're not like a dry matte. So I really like them. I'm going to go ahead and set my face, and I am going to use my Prada powder. I'm kind of hoping that the green in it will kind of balance out the orangey undertones of the foundation that I'm wearing. I mean, it's a little too orange, so I'm thinking this will kind of balance it out. I've also really been loving my Guerlain powder. That is a beautiful, stunning powder, but this one, I really like the green in this for when I have a foundation that is not a perfect match, because I have a lot of green. I'm like an olive undertone, like a very, very light olive. Like Lisa Eldridge olive is the kind of olive I am. It's almost like a gray green olive. So I like the green Prada powder because it kind of does a little bit of color correcting if I have even a foundation mismatch, because a lot of foundations are too peachy orange for me. And that powder I found kind of corrects that. In person, especially, it looks like it matches a bit more. Very happy with the Prada powder. It's also a beautiful finish, like very smoothing. It ought to be for the price. I'm going to do brows real quick, and I'm going to use my WESTMAN Atelier Bond Brow. This is almost used up. That's all that's left. I feel like it's going to be gone soon, but I have been using it almost exclusively for the last few months, and I really, really like it. It makes doing my brows so fast and easy. I really just kind of fill in any sparse areas and extend the tail a touch. I'm going to set them with my Glossier Boy Brow in dark brown. Kind of been going for a bit of a darker, more intense brow look lately. I don't know why. I just feel like it frames my face a little bit better. What I have been loving that is making me feel good, like my go-to makeup look, my makeup that makes me feel like I look my best, it's pink eyeshadows, which my mind is blown by this. My first Prada eyeshadows that I purchased were the new Hollow Nudes collections. And the reason why I purchased those is because they looked so much less scary than all of the previous Prada eyeshadows with that pop of intense color. In the Hollow Nudes collection, there were 3 palettes. I only purchased 2 of them because one of them I thought was too pink. I ended up eventually purchasing that one, and it became my favorite. It opened my eyes to the fact that I can wear pink eyeshadow. So my most recent Prada acquisition is the Prada Dimensions eyeshadow palette in 06 PULP. This is the one with the bright pop of pink. If you would have told me a year ago that I would love this eyeshadow palette and shades like this, I would be like, no, you're crazy. No, that would never happen. I would never buy a palette with a hot pink eyeshadow in it because it looks terrible on me with my brown eyes. It doesn't though. I was wrong, and this is one of my favorite eyeshadow palettes. It is one of my favorite looks. Kind of why I wanted to film this video is I've been wearing this a lot and it makes me feel good. It makes me feel like I look nice, and I think that that's pretty important, kind of tacking on to my most recent video, mature skin rules that I break. It's not what society says that I should look like or what you think I should look like or what anybody thinks I should look like. It's what makes me feel like I look my best. And I feel really good when I wear this eyeshadow palette and I wear this specific eye look. We're going to do our eyes and cheeks and everything that makes me feel happy. It has been my go-to look lately, and so I just want to share it with you. So I am starting with this palette right here, starting with this shade right here in the center. It's like a very light warm tan. It's a gorgeous shade. Blends out super easily, and it is one of the lighter shades in a Prada eyeshadow palette that I have seen. The great thing about these eyeshadows is that you can haphazardly put them on. They just do not require a lot of thought or effort to make them look beautiful. The Prada eyeshadows are my go-to eyeshadows. I love them so much. I'm going to take this shade right here. It's like a pinky brown. And I'm going to pop that in the outer corner. And I'm also going to take it slightly under the lash line, just mostly in the outer corner as well. You don't have to be super precise or careful with these because they blend out like a dream. I have used a ton of eyeshadows in my lifetime. I've never used an eyeshadow formula that's easier to use than Prada eyeshadows. Now I'm going to go in with this scary color. This is literally a hot pink. And it's something that I never thought that I would wear or want to wear or wear over and over again. Pink eyeshadow is just not something that I ever thought I could see myself consistently reaching for. It all comes together. I'm going to go in with this shimmer. I like to use my finger with shimmers, and I'm going to tap this all over the lid. We're not finished, but another thing that I have really been enjoying is the Prada eyeliner in Mahogany. And I need to sharpen this, but hopefully it'll work for this video. I like to take it on my lower lash line and put it right under the lash line. And then I will literally just soften it with my finger. And I'm going to take this just kind of messily on the outer corner, just to lay down a bit of color out here that will peek out above the black wing liner that I'm going to do. It doesn't have to be very precise because we're not done. I'm going to use this shade right here in the Hourglass palette for an inner corner highlight because it is lighter than the Prada shade. It's just not as bright as I would like, brighter than the Prada. I'm going to tightline with my Victoria Beckham. I'm going to do a wing with my Lisa Eldridge eyeliner. And as you can see, the mahogany on the top is just barely peeking out. Now I'm going to use the Lancome Flutter Extension Mascara. This is not my favorite mascara by any means. It is a mini that is almost done, so I'm just using it up and it works fine. It is not one that I will be repurchasing. This is a mascara that I can get to look really nice. I just don't have the patience for it. It takes too long. I like mascara to be fast. Mascara is such a boring step to me. I want one that's just, I can put it on and be done the fastest. It does give a really lengthened, fluttery effect on the lashes. It's just too much work to get there for me and my preferences because I have really wimpy lashes. I need a lot. And that gives a lot eventually. It just takes too long. The last step on the eyes, I have been putting a shimmer under my lash line and I have really been liking the effects lately. So I'm going to do that. This has been my go-to eye look. It has been my favorite eye look to do this spring, summer. It's kind of transitional. We're not like in full-blown summer, but it's getting warmer. And so I'm liking a little more warmth, a little more bronzy look, a little more warmth in my eyes. This is like a way for me to wear pink that I feel is flattering on my brown eyes. Okay, for blush, I have been loving the YSL Rose Haze blush. This is going to be step one of my blush. I've been being extra with everything. Can you guys hear the thunder? What is happening? I love that YSL blush. The YSL Make Me Blush formula is one of my favorite blush formulas. I have 3 of them and I love them. They're really nice. This is such a beautiful neutral peachy tone. It looks good with my Tom Ford eyeshadow palette, my Chanel, my Dior, you know, the new summer ones. It looks great with all of that. But I'm not done. I have been really enjoying a glow lately, which is also something that is quite out of the norm for me. I felt like for the past several years, a highlighter is not the most flattering on me until I recently tried this. And I'm like, okay, maybe highlighters have changed. Maybe they're not what I remember. I'm going to go in with the Chanel. I'm going in with the pink side first, just on top, to kind of tie in the pink and the coral tones on the eyes. And then for an actual highlight, I have really been loving this shade in the Chanel palette. And also the Dior Coral Glow, this limited edition highlight shade is gorgeous as a blush topper. I can go in straight with this and just use this as a blush, and it's really stunning. Today, since I'm being very extra, I'm going to go in with the Chanel highlight on top of the pink glowy blush we just put down. Bring back a little of that gold sheen. I'm loving the glow that that blush gives. I'm going to wipe off my lip balm and we're going to do a lip color. For lips, I'm going to overline my lips with MAC Stone. This is kind of like a contour shade for me. Now I'm going to line my lips with Cool Spice, also by MAC. I have been loving the Tom Ford Lip Balm in Escapist. I've worn this so much. I've put a major dent in this. Like, I love this. The formula, the shade. It's sheer enough that it doesn't look like too much, but it's got enough color that it gives you something. And I love the look that it gives. Oh my gosh, that thunder. Can you hear the thunder? All right, so that completes my go-to look, the look that I put on when I want to really feel good. For some reason, this makeup look makes me feel so confident, so comfortable in my own skin. I feel like I can take on the world. I am loving it. And it's something that I've done over and over and over again. It's definitely not a no makeup look. It's very apparent that I am wearing makeup and I don't care. I love makeup. It's bronzy, it's corally, it's pinky, it's peachy. It's all of the summery and springy things that I really enjoy. This Prada eyeshadow palette has convinced me that I can wear pink, and I am shocked by it. So that's it. I hope you like this video. I hope you've enjoyed seeing the look that I am loving for spring, summer. Let me know in the comments below what your go-to look has been. Have you tried any of these products that I featured in this video? Let me know your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for being here today. I will see you soon in another video. And until then, please take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.